Welcome to Our Drummers Musicians. I'm your host Luke, and today I'm joined by Jack Foy, a songwriter, multi-instrumentalist, and music teacher based in Melbourne, Naarm. Jack currently plays, writes, and records with various bands, including Hobsons Bay Coast Guard, Great Falls, Sun Bazel, Smooth Brains, and his own project Lafferty Daniel. Over the years, he's worked with various artists, including Hallie, Eileen Grace, Seamus McCorry, Suzi, and Marigolden, bringing his skills as a guitarist and drummer to a wide range of musical projects. In this episode, we talk about his journey, learning guitar, studying jazz drumming at Monash, and navigating different roles in different bands. We also get into him being a left-handed drummer, playing bass with Great Falls, the story behind the name Lafferty Daniel, and potentially discuss his now iconic paddle pop socks. This was such a fun chat. I hope you enjoy.
How important is it that I don't move?
Not important.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So
And you got is this a dude? Oh, dude, you got the classic podcast.
yeah,
mics,
I
man.
know what's going on.
You got the you got the SM7B. You got the RE. Was it R7?
RE20?
RE20. I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. RE20.
But I didn't know you were a mic nerd.
I'm not. Have we started recording yet?
Yeah.
Because this should be part of the thing, man.
It is. Yeah. The mics are just rolling.
Ah, that's sick. How much editing do you do?
None.
Oh, none. Okay, cool. All right, I'm on now.
No, I do. I cut out anything that you want to be cut out.
Yeah. Sick. Like this right now. No, I'm kidding. You can keep this in.
Are you comfortable with can volume and
That's great.
yeah, move
man.
around, drink your tea, drink your water. Don't feel like you're stuck.
Shit.
You can bump it. I can cut it.
Yeah, sure.
whatever.
But the thing you just said. Am I a mic nerd?
Yeah.
Not really, man. I know.
But you immediately went Shure SM7B Electro Voice RE20.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
they are classics, but
they are classics. I mean, RE20, in Hobsons, and my mate Eric, who is he does all the engineering and mixing and stuff. He's had one of those for a million years. And how do I know this one? I don't know. I think my old high school music teacher, who I'm still really good friends with, he became a bit of a geared dude.
Oh.
And I remember years ago I was buying a microphone. I own one microphone, and it's what is it? Is it Bayer Dynamic? What's the classic Bayer, M88?
Oh.
You know that one?
Yes.
I think M88, right? That's the one?
I think so.
Yeah. That's the only microphone I own. And
that's cool.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
It's a good one. But I remember years ago when I was asking Ben, my old music teacher, what microphone should I get? And he was like, dude, get an SM7B. And what do these cost? $1,000 or something?
Well, the RE20 is $1,000.
Yeah.
And yeah, they're more like 500 or 600.
Oh, okay. Yeah, right. Yeah. But yeah, anyway.
But that's now, I don't know when he told you this.
Oh, 4 years ago or something. I don't know. But then I guess occasionally when I see clips of podcasts on YouTube or whatever.
Yeah, they all have.
I was just
the 7B.
every single one either has the SM7B or an RE20. Those are the only two podcast mics that exist. Other than that, I'm not a big microphone nerd. Not really. I don't know a whole lot about microphones.
Well, I borrowed the 7B off a friend.
Yeah.
And I found this one on Marketplace for $500.
Oh, that's sick.
And I was like, great, that's got me set. I can give the guests the one that they recognize as I've seen that 7B on every podcast platform ever, so they feel comfortable, they know what's going on. And then I have the RE20 because I love the sound of that, and I think it's much better.
That's so fair.
But I can't afford to buy these new because they're ridiculous.
Why would you ever buy anything new, man?
Yeah, well, because you can hardly buy any secondhand.
Oh,
I waited 6 months for this mic to come up.
Do you mean in terms of music gear in general or just microphones?
Oh, I meant this specific model.
That's
of
specific.
microphone.
When you're looking for the specific.
Yeah.
That's true. Not that I've ever looked for microphones on Marketplace, but I can imagine an RE20 wouldn't come up that much.
And when they do, they're pretty expensive.
I'm sure, yeah.
This one's pretty beat up, but I was like, it still sounds good, so that's all right.
It doesn't matter, man. It's like you can get a 58 or a 57, either of them, and like they can get run over by like a truck and they're still fine.
Yeah. I think I saw a reel just the other day of someone that had it like tied onto the back of their car and they were driving down the road being like, look how indestructible my SM58 is. And then they did a gig or something like that night with the same mic.
Yeah, that's sick, man. That's awesome.
Well, thanks so much for coming over to do this podcast, Jack.
Yeah. Thanks for having me, Luke. It's great to be here, man.
I saw you play at the Tote last week.
Like a few days ago, yeah.
Yeah, which was awesome.
Thank you.
I didn't know that you were playing bass.
Yeah, dude. I can like kind of play bass now.
Wow. Awesome. Are you still playing drums?
Yes.
Hobsons Bay Coast Guard?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Like, and some session work, but like as in the band.
A little bit. Yeah. Like mostly at the moment my main source of playing the drums is in Hobsons Bay Coast Guard. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah, cool. Can you tell me a bit about that band and the outrageous name?
Yeah, absolutely, man. So like firstly, we've been playing for a while. I think the band's been around for like, I don't know, like 6 years or something like that, I think. But even before that, we were all playing in a band before that called Splendid.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know?
I remember that.
Oh, you do?
Yeah. Sorry, them, not that.
Them, that, whatever. We were playing in that band for ages, and then it was the same, or most of the same members, and then two of the guys, Eric and Chris, who were playing in Splendid, they had their like recording project that they were doing, Hobsons Bay Coast Guard, and they made like the first album just the two of them, and so I wasn't involved at all. Literally did nothing, except I still got my face on the album cover, which is great. But they made the first album. They did everything, like drums and bass and guitar, and also Zach, who was the front man of Splendid, I think did a bit of like lead guitar stuff as well. And then when it was like, time to start, like let's start playing live, then they got me in to play drums. The name though, are you aware of Hobsons Bay?
Like I know of like the region.
The region,
like,
yeah.
It's not a suburb. It's like a council zone or something.
Exactly. Yeah, it's like it's like a council zone or whatever you call it.
The municipality of Hobsons Bay.
Yeah, pretty much, or like the Shire or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like Altona and Williamstown. I think. I don't know if there's any other suburbs that comprise Hobsons Bay, but Altona and Williamstown, and I think that was like. Like we're all from like the west side of Melbourne. We all went to school together.
Oh.
We weren't. Well, originally there's been like a couple of lineup changes throughout the years, but like originally, like most of us all went to school together, except one person, except Henry. Except we weren't in like the same year.
Right.
Like we became friends after school.
Oh, you just happened to sort of be around each other but didn't know each other.
Yeah, it was like I was my best friend Harry, like we were mates, and then he became friends with Zach, and Zach was friends with these two guys, and and like, just this whole kind of thing. We grew up on the west side, and like I think it was like a few of the people's like parents like lived in like Altona and Williamstown and stuff, and so I don't know. I think so. Hobsons Bay is a place. Hobsons Bay Coast Guard. I don't know. I don't know. It's a funny name, and because it's like a surf band. It's a not your like classic Dick Dale kind of surf. Although we do try to bust. What's that song called? Mizzaloo.
Yeah.
We do. Or is it Mizzaloo?
I don't know. I'm not a surf knowledgeable guy.
Oh, but
If you played it for me,
neither. But but it's like like the Pulp Fiction one, like like that one. We bust that out of practice poorly, you know, but not that kind of surf. It's more like singing songs about
the surf,
the ocean and stuff. Yeah, and none of us surf, for the record.
Right?
No. Like we'd like,
because you all grew up inland on the west side.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, is anywhere in Victoria? I'm going to stop myself there. I was going to say, is anywhere in Victoria really inland? Absolutely.
But I thought you were going to say, can you surf anywhere in Victoria?
No. No, sorry. What I meant was, is like anywhere in this part of Victoria, like the South Melbourne. Like none of it's really inland. You know what I mean? Like you can surf.
But you can't surf on the bay.
Yeah, that's a good point. You can't surf on the bay. You can kite surf though.
Oh yeah.
People kite surf a lot. My mate Harry was in his teenage years state champ kite surfer. There's a lot of kite surfing that goes on in the bay.
Wow.
Yeah.
The fascinating things you learn.
Yeah, exactly, man. I tried kite surfing once. I was shocking, man. And surfing. I can't surf. I'm really bad at surfing. It's fun though.
You mentioned that you still stay in touch with your high school music teacher.
Yeah, man.
What was the school that you went to?
Oh, Heathdale Christian College in Werribee.
Okay. And who was the teacher?
His name's Ben Salvador.
Right.
Yeah. Shout out, if Ben ever listens to this, shout out to Ben. I love that guy, man. He's such a dude. He's such a legend. He was really important to... I was saying this to someone recently, like, if I had to pick like one person in my whole life who's ever had like a real like mentor, kind of like that like transformative kind of experience you have with someone, and they just kind of like open a world to you, like, it's this guy Ben. He's such a legend. And yeah, he was my music teacher in VCE. And he, like, I promise you, I wouldn't be sitting here doing this podcast with you if it wasn't for that guy, man. Because he's the reason I went to uni.
Right.
I didn't even know what jazz was until I met this guy, or, until he was my teacher in year 11. And he kind of like, because he did a jazz degree. And he was young when he started. He was started teaching, he was like 24 or something.
Right.
And then he was just like, yeah, kids, check out jazz, man. And I was like, okay, cool. I think I listened to like the Giant Steps album, and I was like, what the hell is this, man? Like, what's going on here? This is the wildest shit I've ever heard in my life. Like, what's happening? So yeah, he definitely started me on my like jazz journey, and was 100% the number one reason I went to uni and even like met you, for example. Yeah.
Wow. What was it about him that I guess like made you connect and take his advice rather than like, I don't know, like I think about different music teachers I've had, and there's some that I've really connected with, and others that I've been like I'm not interested in, I don't know, classical clarinet. So it never captivated me when they said, oh, you should check out this. But there's others that have. What was it for you about Ben that like established that relationship?
I think it helped that he was young, at the time, like 12 years ago or whatever. I don't know how many years ago, ages ago. But I think part of it was that like, I had other music teachers at school who were great, who were awesome and incredibly knowledgeable and like amazing musicians. But it was very much in the classical thing, and I was just like, no, I've never been much of a classical person. I think it's like great music, it's sick, but like it's just never something I find myself going like, I want to put on some Mozart today.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like it's just, I'm not very knowledgeable about it or anything. But then, and I was like I was like your classic teenage, like, like born in the wrong generation, like rock music is the greatest kind of thing. And, rock music is the greatest. I love rock music, but like, I was that annoying teenager. I was like the biggest dick in the whole world. But then Ben came along, and I think it was like he was young, and he was like really into like rock music and stuff as well, and we like connected about like whatever, like Smashing Pumpkins and like Mars Volta and whatever else. So I kind of like, I had this like respect for him as like kind of like the first music teacher that was like, I'm into like the stuff that you guys are into.
Right.
And he was like always very respectful of like everyone's music tastes and whatever. But so then when he was like, check out jazz, I was like, well, he's like, I respect his opinions on other stuff. Like, maybe I should check out this jazz thing, man, like whatever. And then sort of like started from there, I would say. Yeah.
Wow. Well, let's put a pause on jazz school.
Okay.
But instead,
thank God.
Let's get like back to like the very start. Like, what's your earliest memory of something music related?
Oh, dude, I was hoping you would ask something like this. This is great. Let's go early. Okay, earliest. I have vague memories of like, I don't know how young I would have been, like, I don't know, like 4 or something. Had like a little, I don't know how to describe it, like a little trolley, like a tiny little wooden trolley that had just like wooden blocks that fit into it. And I don't know, I imagine you could probably build things with the wooden blocks or something. But I would take the 2 longest wooden blocks, akin to drumsticks perhaps, and just like throw all the other blocks away and just like bang on the wooden trolley with the blocks to Mustang Sally.
Oh.
And this is more, I have vague memories of this, but it's more what my mum always used to tell me. But like, I don't even know, do you know that song?
Yeah.
Do you know who does it? Because I don't.
Oh, no.
No, I don't even know it, man. Like I vaguely know how it goes now, but like, anyway, that was like the thing. Excuse me. And I always wanted to, I always thought drums and stuff was really cool when I was a kid. And I think, do you want me to, you want me to tell you the exact memory? This is my canon in my mind of when I was like, oh, I have to play the drums. Like I have to do it, right?
Please.
When I was a young kid, I don't know how old I would have been, like 9 or 10 or 11, I don't know, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
My dad bought like a AC/DC DVD, and it wasn't like a live DVD, it was just like a compilation of all their like music videos and like various like individual songs from live performances and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I, loved watching that. I thought it was sick. But the video for Thunderstruck, which I'm sure you've probably seen that video.
I'm trying to remember. Is that the tram one?
No, it's from like, Thunderstruck's from like 1990, man. They're just like the video's like they're like playing a show.
Okay. And
there's all the fans everywhere, and it's just like a.
Oh, it's like a compilation of like a live gig in a stadium.
Yeah, it's some shit like that. And but the drummer, it gets to the chorus, it does, I was shaking at the knees, dun 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 dun, like that bit, right? In that bit, and I think the drummer for AC/DC at that time, I hope I'm getting this right, was like Chris Slade, I think, was the guy in the 90s. I can't remember, but he, in that bit where he goes like da 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 da, he's got what I think, if from memory, are like 2 massive bass drums like hanging like either side of his head, like to his like left and right, like hanging in the air, I think.
Wow.
And on that bit, and that's a very unconventional drum setup, as you would know, but I didn't know that at the time because I was like 10 or whatever. And in that bit, I just remember him going like banging on those 2 bass drums, like da 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 da. And that's the memory I have, and just being like, that is so sick, man. Like, wow. I want to do that. Like, that's awesome. So yeah, that's, I like AC/DC. I don't ever listen to AC/DC anymore. Occasionally I do, but like, AC/DC was an important part of me wanting to be a musician at
Wow.
first.
That's wild. Yeah, I never
Is
listened.
it?
Well, I feel like it's probably common. I never listened to any AC/DC because, like,
Ever.
the family basically never played rock music unless it was like Toto or Steely Dan.
Oh, dude, can we talk about Steely Dan at some point? I love Steely Dan, man.
Sure. But but a bit like Australian rock or like 90s anything, I don't know anything about because I didn't grow up listening to it. It was only like now in my like 20s that like you know, people being like, oh, you should listen to AC/DC, and then I've like put it on and been like, oh, that's actually quite good. Like my favorite song is Jailbreak.
Yeah, dude, that song's sick, man.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh, this is awesome.
Yeah,
like,
man.
It's not like, you know, they're using the same chords as all the other songs, but this is like got a groove, and this is like fun and exciting, and it's like, oh, I just wrote it off as like, oh, it's that like, you know, band.
Yeah,
you know,
which I think is totally fair, man. Like I think as
I don't know about fair. Like, this is like pompous, you know, musicness.
No, I don't. Well, no, let's not that this is the point of the podcast, but let's dive deep into AC/DC for 1 second.
Yeah.
If we may. Like, well, like, you know, like I said, when I was a teenager, I did the whole, like, dad rock is best thing, whatever. Mm-hmm. And then maybe when I was a late teenager, like 18, 19, and into my early 20s, I was just like, classic rock sucks. Like, that shit's lame. It's all about jazz, right? Like, dude, those guys can't even solo over, you know, all the things you are. Like, you know, like Angus Young can't solo over all the things you are. He sucks, man. And then when it like got to like my mid 20s, and now I'm like 30 now, I've just come back to like classic rock rules, man. But the thing is, like, you know, like AC/DC, right, is it's like relatively simple music, right? It's the same chords. You know, they got a lot of mileage out of those like 5 chords that they played, you know, a lot of mileage. But the thing that I love about AC/DC is the rhythm of like the guitar riffs and stuff. It's very syncopated. Mm-hmm. And a lot of the time, and like when I was a teenager, like I got to the point where I was a teenager, like maybe learning more complicated stuff on drums than AC/DC, and just being like, what was the original guy's name? Phil Rudd, I think, was the original AC/DC drummer. And it's like, you know, like, okay, Jailbreak, like, oh, why does he just play like like on every song? That's so lame, man. And then I came to this realization, and maybe this is just my opinion or whatever, I don't know, but like having just like like makes the like really often syncopated guitar rhythms like lock in, because like Jailbreak is like down deck down down deck down down deck, right? And like, you know, you could have a drum beat that's like do 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 do. That would sound cool. Like, that's, you know, whatever, that sounds cool as well. But like, I don't know, there's just something that I think is actually really genius about the simplicity of AC/DC. So yeah, you know, I'll ride or die for AC/DC any day, man. Even though I don't listen to them that much anymore.
Well, what did you listen to then in the phase between seeing the AC/DC at 9 years old,
yeah,
and then, you know, going to jazz school? Because that's like a trajectory that not all take.
Ah, absolutely, man. It's a strange trajectory, brother, for sure. Well, then, like, probably, you know, and then I begged my parents for a drum kit when I was like 11, and got it for Christmas, and it was awesome. It was sick. And then like right around the same time, I got like the first 2 bands that I like really fell in love with, and this is not going to be seen as very cool for perhaps some of your more tasteful listeners out there who have a pretty cool, pretty hip music taste. But the first like 2 favorite bands that I like just absolutely fell in love with was like Green Day, and then like Blink-182.
Oh.
And I just like Green Day first, and then I just like listened to like all their albums like at the time. So like up till like the American Idiot album, and then my friend Harry like got me into Blink-182. He's like, check this out, and I was just like, whoa, this is sick. And you know, those are both just like crappy pop punk bands, but like,
But that would have been the time, right, of when they were at their like peak in popularity.
literally, yeah, absolutely. Like that was the absolute. I'm pretty sure, like I might be wrong, but I think around that time Green Day was probably like possibly the biggest band in the world. If they weren't the biggest, I would say they were pretty up there.
Wow.
Like that was like Boulevard of Broken Dreams and all that stuff was like on the radio and stuff. Like that stuff was massive, man. Like it was huge. But yeah, I loved those bands. And I still have a soft spot in my heart for them. Probably like once a year I'll like spend a week like listening to Blink-182 and Green Day just for fun. It makes me feel all warm and gooey inside, like when I was a teenager and stuff. It's fun. But yeah, and then
Blink-182, that's like Travis Barker, right?
Yeah, man.
And he was a jazz drummer.
Was he?
Yeah, like as in,
Are
like,
you sure?
Yeah, he can do it all. I've never seen him play a jazz gig, but didn't he train as like a jazz drummer?
I don't know about the jazz part of that. I know you might be right. I don't know, but like I've never seen him play any jazz stuff either. But he was very I know he definitely did a lot of the like marching band stuff. So like his rudiments and all that kind of like his snare kind of stuff is real, like, as far as I'm aware, like pretty on point.
Well, I'll just cut out that section about me saying that he was a jazz drummer.
No, that's got to stay in, man. Hey, it's not too late. Travis Barker, if you're listening, man, follow your dreams, dude. You can learn. It's not too late to learn jazz if you want to, man.
Yeah. Or go back to jazz if you did start as a jazz drummer.
If you did do jazz, it's okay. You can go back now. You've got enough money. He's got enough money, man.
And people think you're cool enough, so...
If Travis Barker started playing jazz regularly, posting videos of him playing jazz all the time, there would be I was going to say there would be a new generation of kids that start playing jazz, but I don't think kids really care who Travis Barker is. It'd be a new generation of 30-year-olds who start playing jazz.
Well, you mentioned this like unconventional setup of the, bass drums floating in the air.
Yeah.
And you play an unconventional setup of a left-handed drum kit.
Oh, okay. Right. Yeah, dude. Oh, Jesus. I was like, bro, I have a pretty normal drum setup. Yeah, the left-handed thing.
Normal if you look in a mirror.
Yeah, dude, totally. Yeah, that's a bitch, man.
Is that what happened? You saw what they were doing and you just set it up to match what you could see on the TV?
No. That's a good theory, though. That is a good theory. No, it was although that was very helpful for me learning, because if I'd watch videos, it was like a mirror image, and I guess you can see just about everything except for like the kick drum, but like it's a mirror image, so that was very visually helpful for me as a kid, which is, I don't know if that was like an advantage or not. It's probably just a lot easier for you as a right-handed drummer learning drums and just be like seeing it normally. And I don't know, man. And just learning right-handed drums in general. But no, the thing is I am left-handed for some things. I like write with my left hand. I eat with my left hand. And I play drums with my left hand. Well, I'm left-handed setup, Yep. That's about the only things I do left-handed.
We should clarify for the listeners that Jack doesn't have two left hands.
Fuck, yeah. That's a good point. I was like, that could be helpful. That would not be helpful for anything, like at all. That'd be even worse. No, I was like, when I first started getting drum lessons when I was like 11, 12 years old, my drum teacher, who was a great drum teacher who I had all through high school, this guy Warren Grimer, he's awesome, came into like one of my first drum lessons, and he was like, so are you right-handed or left-handed? And I was like, I'm left-handed. And just straight away he's just like, cool, we're going to set the kit up left-handed for you. I was like, okay.
Oh.
And the thing is, at least that's my memory of it. I'm pretty sure that's happened. But the little cheeky thing there is, he's a left-handed drummer.
Oh.
So I have a sneaking suspicion that he was just like, oh, this kid says he's left-handed, I'm going to set up left-handed for him. because I do it left-handed and that's like easier and whatever. Probably, I think from memory, that's what happened. And I played drums left-handed ever since, which is a pain in the ass, man.
Yeah, I was going to ask about that. Like, you've maintained it to this day. Like at no stage have you crossed to like, I'm going to play open-handed on a right-hand kit and just swap feet.
Yeah, I mean, man, there's definitely been a very small handful of gigs that I have played on a right-handed kit. Just for whatever reason, it would have been like too much of a pain in the ass to do it left-handed for like the sound guy and stuff.
Yeah, I remember playing a gig with you where the sound guy cracked it at flipping the drums between sets.
Really?
Yeah.
When we played together.
Yeah, I won't name who the guy was. But
oh, okay. Will you tell me after?
Yeah.
Okay.
But they couldn't believe that the drum kit would be swapped, and I was like, well, it's not going to change the sound of anything. Like.
Yeah. I don't remember that, man. You have to tell me after. But yeah, I have played a few gigs on a right-handed kit, and it's manageable. I just can't play as good. That's all. It's still like, or just can't play as good. Just like have to play more simply. Can't like bust out the cool stuff.
Yep.
And one time, just for fun, I remember when I was like 20, I don't know, 22 or something, 21, I don't know. I played a gig with some friends at like a I won't say the name, a real dive in Werribee. And just for fun, I was just like having a laugh at the gig, and I was just like, you know what, just this gig, I'm just going to play like full right-handed. And just did and it was like a 20-minute set. It wasn't very long, but I was just like, I'm just going to play right hand and see how I go. And it probably wasn't very great, but I was just like, there's 7 people watching, so who cares? I'm just going to do it. But yeah, but sorry, you kind of said before, I've never bothered switching. Dude, I tried one time. And when I say tried, I didn't try very hard.
Okay.
But I think one summer when we were at uni, it was possibly at the end of my like second year of uni. And it was like the summer, the big, we got like a 3-month break or whatever, right? And me, in my genius, I was like, in this 3 months, I'm going to learn how to play right-handed.
Oh, wow.
And I think that lasted for about 3 days. I tried doing some like, God, what was that book? Like the Jim Chapin.
Oh, the jazz.
The jazz.
Coordination
yes,
one.
Yeah, that one, right? I remember doing a couple pages of that.
Oh boy.
Like fully right-handed, and it was like the biggest struggle of all time.
Oh, so not even like open-handed.
No,
like leading with your right hand.
Completely right-handed. Everything.
Wow.
And for those who don't know a lot about drums at home, like using the complete opposite limb for everything that I was used to, doing everything the completely opposite. And I think I stuck with it for like 3 days, and then I gave up. And I was like, nah, I'm just going to stick to like being the annoying guy who has to swap the drum kit every performance practice at uni. And people would give me shit for that,
Would they?
Oh, no, like as like jokingly.
Oh, yeah, sure.
I don't think, maybe there were some people who were like genuinely annoyed about that, but I was very respectful, man. I would like go up, you probably remember this, like I would get up and like as quick as I goddamn could, like swap it left-handed. We play our tune at performance prac. I wouldn't get any constructive nor negative criticism because drummers never got any criticism at Monash. It was all for the horn players. And then I would swap the kit back right-handed for the next person and be like, there you go, it's back to right-handed. But people gave me shit like as a bit of a joke. But I was just like, well, what, dude, I can't play right-handed. I suck, man. I can barely play left-handed, dude. Like, it's a struggle, dude.
So how did it feel for you then once you finished the jazz degree? And then, I guess like you were still playing some rock music whilst you're at uni. But
yeah, man.
Like, did it feel like now I'm doing like the thing that really resonates the most with me because you didn't have to be playing like, I don't know, jazz that wasn't as resonating with your like rock is the best?
Yeah, I mean, Sorry, you mean like after I finished uni and then, sorry, you're saying I was like more free to do the rock thing or whatever?
Or at least like whatever you want to do rather than like
Sure.
3 years of like you just have to learn and practice jazz.
For sure, man. Well, and the thing is, so far I've like talked about rock music a lot. I don't just like rock music. But like I love jazz, man. It's great. It rules. But I think when you and I were at uni, I was very much like during that time. I think I was very much thinking like, oh yeah, let's try out this like jazz lifestyle. Like maybe I could be like a professional like jazz drummer, and jazz could be my thing. And I think at the end of the day, well, man, jazz is awesome. It's amazing stuff. I love that stuff. But I think at the end of the day, I was kind of fighting what I actually wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I think after I finished uni, I sort of kept up. I had gotten into a pretty good practice routine by the time I finished. I did not practice enough for probably the first year and a half of my degree. And, Tony Floyd, who you've had on here, who was he was your drum teacher as well, right?
Yeah, for a semester. Yeah.
Oh, for a semester. He was my drum teacher for the first year I was at uni. Amazing teacher and player, obviously. Like that guy rules, but like I, definitely did not practice enough. So I'm sorry, Tony. But anyway, I'd finished uni. I got into a pretty good practice routine, and I probably kept that up for like a solid year or so after, maybe like a year and a half or 2 years maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just like, I don't know, I just kind of, it just wasn't agreeing with me. Like, I don't know if it was like on a spiritual level or something. It's just like at the end of the day, I was not supposed to play jazz like professionally. That's not where my heart is, even though I love that music. And also just like, playing a lot of gigs, and like, to be fair, I didn't get super, I don't know how to describe this, like into the top tiers, into the upper echelon of like jazz gigs, and just like those kind of, perhaps like corporate gigs in general where you're getting like actually making a decent amount of money. I was playing lots of gigs for people that making like $50, and you do a rehearsal or two, you go to the gig, you're at the gig for a few hours, you got to get there, you may be practicing it a bit at home and stuff if the stuff you're not super up to scratch with, and you just spend all this time and you get like $50, man. And I was just like, I had this moment like years ago, probably in like 2017 or something, where I just like had a gig and it like really stressed me out, and I had got like $50 for it. And I was just like, dude, this sucks. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't even want to try to do this anymore. I would rather spend an hour like just teaching kids Nirvana songs than spend 6 hours and get less money for it playing like funk covers or something. Even though that's great, I love doing that stuff, but it was more just like, I don't want this to be how I make money, because it's too much effort for too little money.
Sure.
For me, and that's probably me being like, maybe I wasn't good enough to like really get those gigs that actually like pay really well. Because there's a million drummers in Melbourne that are fucking way better than me, man. There's so many amazing drummers and musicians in general in Melbourne. But I was just kind of like, nah, I'm just going to teach for money. I like teaching. It's fun teaching the kids. They're good kids most of the time. And then I just want to spend my time doing my own creative stuff and stuff that I really love doing. And, stuff that is like has a more like creative output rather than like, it's fun to play, it's fun to play like Beatles covers or whatever. That's fun. That's great, man. Love the Beatles. Love playing covers, man. It's good fun. But, it's not fun making $50 for like playing, whatever Beatles covers for 2 hours or whatever. You know what I mean?
How did that feel to like separate the, I guess, like professional money earning side and the creative, passionate side of music?
Good, man. I don't know, like, I don't know. Yeah, good. It's just, I don't know. I want to make music that I mean, no, you know what? I just want to make music. Like, I want to make my own music.
Mm-hmm.
You know? I don't want to just like play other people's music, even though that is fun. That is fun, but it's like, it's almost like, me and you, brother, we've got one life on this planet. It's like, do I want to spend that life like, playing Beatles covers, or do I want to spend my life doing the best I can to try and hopefully make some music that I think isn't shit? And when I say that, I don't mean the Beatles are shit. The Beatles rule. I mean, like, hopefully, if I'm lucky, one day I'll make some music that I'm really, really proud of and genuinely think is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather spend my life doing that if I'm able to. Hopefully, I'm able to long into my 60s. I want to be one of those dudes who's like 60 years old, and this is going to sound like the most pathetic thing in the whole world, but I want to be like one of those dudes who's like 60 years old and is like absolutely haggard from like years of alcoholism and and smoking, like, and just like be playing at like a random pub and just like wearing a t-shirt that's too tiny for my beer belly, and like and just like have kids that were born in 2035 being like, damn, this old dude sucks. And just be like, yeah, but I'm playing music I love, kids. But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hopefully I'm able to do that just keep doing music for as long as I can, man, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. It's great. And 60's not that old, but I guess if it's a haggard life.
Yeah. I'm just thinking 60, hopefully, like when you're 60, you can still be like playing music comfortably. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. But again, 60's not that old. Like, I'm just thinking
No,
of the
I know.
60-year-old podcast guests I've had being like, Jack's not saying that you're like ancient.
No, that's not what I'm saying. No, I'm just saying, no, what I'm saying is like when you're 60, I assume, because I've never been 60 before, like, I assume you still have all your like physical facilities available to you, as opposed to, I imagine when you start hitting like mid 70s and like 80, I imagine you start losing that.
Yeah.
I imagine. I don't know. I'm not good.
We'll check back in.
I'll come back here in how old am I? In 30 years, man. We'll be sitting on this couch in Brunswick still, and we'll talk about it. It'll
Excellent.
be
I look forward to that moment.
great. Me too.
So, I really loved the project that you did, Lafferty Daniel.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
But I didn't see it coming because I think I knew you as this aspiring jazz drummer at uni.
Sure.
And like playing in soul bands and like some other like indie projects and stuff, but not like as the songwriter frontman playing and singing guitar.
Yeah, totally, man.
Where did that come from? Had you always been doing it and I just didn't know? Or was this part of the like, I'm going to be creative and I'm going to make stuff?
Yeah, like a bit of both, man. Sort of. I mean...
Oh, sorry, and to podcast guest, Lafferty Daniel is it still a current project?
Yeah. I haven't played gigs in a while, but it's been more of like, I'm just sitting at home like writing songs and working on the craft, man. You know, doing my I like to think I'm in my Sonny Rollins era. You know the thing like where like the sabbatical under the bridge or on the bridge, like sorry, under the bridge is the Chili Peppers. Who we stan. But yeah, so anyways, just kind of doing that. So yeah, it's still happening. It's just I haven't played a gig in a while.
Yeah, cool.
But yeah, where'd that come from? I mean, I always loved like singing. When I was like a teenager, and like when I was like a sort of late teenager, and I'd been doing stuff for a while. And I'd been playing in like heaps of bands, like, you know, since I was like a late teenager and into my early 20s and stuff. And yeah, I don't know. I was just like, I want to try making some stuff, man. I want to sing some songs. I want to play some guitar, you know. I want to try, and it's kind of like a lot of my friends, you know, like the guys who play at Hobsons and the guys who played in Splendid, who are, you know, all my very, very dear, very close friends. You know, they're like, none of them are musicians in the sense of like they're all musicians. They're all great musicians who I love, but they're not your you know, musician who, you know, would do a jazz degree or something.
Right.
You know, a tertiary educated kind of musician. They're all more like songwriters and like producers and like, you know, that kind of thing. And they were just, I was just like hanging out with and like living with these guys and stuff, and just being like, yeah, I should do this as well, man. Like, it's fun, you know, making your own stuff. And it's just like, I've always loved the guitar, but I was never any good at it. And even like when I started the Lafferty Daniel thing, which is like 2019 or something, 2018 maybe, I can't remember. It's like, I couldn't play guitar, dude. Like, I don't know if you've ever listened to any of that stuff, but like, it's like I knew how to play like 3 chords, man. Like, I knew how to play bar chord. You play guitar, right?
Oh, no, not well.
Okay. Well, then I remember when we were at uni. I remember you would play like acoustic and sing and stuff as well.
I did for a little bit.
A little bit, yeah. Like, it's like, well, we're probably exactly the same. Then it's like, know like a handful of chords and just be like, you know, try making some music. But you know, but like I've always loved the guitar, man. And I spend so much of my time these days practicing guitar because I want to be good at it.
Yes.
And you know, I'm at this point, I would say I'm like pretty decent at guitar. I'm definitely not shit hot, not like cutting changes over, you know, whatever, Sunny Side of the Street or whatever. Insert jazz standard here, you know.
Yes.
Definitely not giant steps. No way in hell. But like, you know, but I just love guitar, man. It rules. Guitar's the best, man. You ever played a riff before, dude? You ever heard a riff? That shit. You ever listen to Rage Against the Machine, brother? You hear there's some good riffs on that stuff, man. You ever heard of the pentatonic scale? It's good stuff, dude. It's good stuff.
So is Lafferty Daniel like an alter ego, or is it just a stage name? Like, you know, why that rather than just, you know, hello world, my name's Jack Foy.
Jack
and
Foy,
here's
yeah.
my single.
For sure, man. Absolutely. Well, yeah, I mean, I guess it's a bit of both. I guess it's stage name / alter ego, perhaps. Definitely more the stage name, for sure. I don't know, man. I was just like trying to think of like, well, actually, I had that as like a kind of band name in my head for ages because like it's hard to think of band names, man.
Oh yeah.
I feel like I know a lot of people who are really good at band names.
Really?
In you know, in my personal opinion,
Yeah.
like, I mean, and I'm not like trying to toot the horn of like bands I've played in before, but like I will, like, who cares? But, you know, like this band I used to play in, Splendid. I was just like, man, Splendid, that's a cool. Like, I didn't come up with that name. I'm allowed to say it. I didn't come up with that name. I'm just like, fuck, that's a cool name, man. You know, shout outs to Zachy T, his old project Splendid. That's a great name. Hobsons Bay Coast Guard. I'm like, oh, that's a good name, man.
Yeah.
You know, my boys Eric and Chris came up with that one, and then like Eric's other band that he's got going at the moment as well. It's like a, you know, a punk. I don't know if it's like egg punk. I don't know what egg punk means, but, you know, a punky kind of band called Checkpoint. I'm just like, that's a good name, man. Eric's really good at he's good at coming up with names. I'm not good at coming up with names, man. It's hard, but I had it in my head for a little bit, like years ago. And do you want me to tell you where the name came from?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. It's are you familiar with the movie the Adam Sandler classic Happy Gilmore?
Oh, like I've seen it once. Ages ago.
Good enough.
Okay.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
You don't need to be deep with the lore of Happy Gilmore.
All right.
But just need to know it exists.
Yes.
But, you know, I loved that movie when I was a kid. Then my sister had it on, you know, this is how old I am. Like, had it on VHS. You know, I would watch it over and over and over again. There's this bit in Happy Gilmore, because, you know, it's the golf movie, right? He plays golf. He's a hockey player, but he gets onto like the golf pro tour and whatever because he hits the ball really far. And it's like the very first golf tournament he enters, and it's like all played for laughs that he has no idea how golf works and stuff. It's, you know, great movie. Got to watch it again, man. I watched it like earlier this year. It fucking holds up.
It holds up?
Oh, dude, it holds up.
All right.
Holds up, man. Great movie.
I'll have you over and we can watch it.
Yeah, dude, I would love to watch it again, man. I stand the Sandman so hard, dude. Anyway, this is so it's the very first. He's teeing off at the first tee of the golf tournament, and they're like going in pairs, and the announcer, like, you know, two golfers at a time, and the announcer says, like, you know, like, first to tee off. It's like Mr. Lafferty Daniel and Mr. Gilmore Happy. So obviously there's this like character in the movie whose name is Daniel Lafferty, right? Obviously, because the title character is Happy Gilmore, and the announcer is very obviously saying his surname first, and then his Christian name, if you will. But, you know, I was like 8 years old, man, and I was just like. I was like, what the fuck kind of a name is Lafferty Daniel? I legitimately thought that was like the name of a guy.
Wow.
It was really stupid, man. And then that would just like got stuck in my head a few years ago, and I was like, yeah, I call my music thing Lafferty Daniel, man. And, you know, the thing is, I get a lot of emails. They think my name is Daniel. They call me like, it's like, hi Daniel.
Okay.
Kind of like.
And you say no, it's Lafferty.
Oh, do I? I don't even know, man. I think I'm just like, yeah, whatever. I'm Daniel. Like, who cares? But yeah, that is the genesis of that.
Wow,
yeah,
that's awesome. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Well, we play a bit of a game on the podcast.
Dude, the game. I love the game.
Question for the next guest.
Question for the next guest.
So I've got a question for you from my previous guest, Pop Princess Stiller.
Stiller.
All right, sorry about this technical difficulties. Let me...
Sometimes I think of my music and like my friends' music as belonging in like a particular setting, whether it be like a time or like a time period or like a landscape or something. So I guess the question is, like, what setting, landscape, or like time period would you describe your music as being set in? It's like, what environment do you imagine it in?
Damn, Stiller, thank you for that question. That's a great question. That's a thought-provoking one. Damn, what landscape, what setting? I mean, I don't know if this is what she's asking in particular, but I'm just like, I mean, the immediate thought that comes to mind is like being in a pub. And I don't mean that in like an alcoholic way. I mean in like the sense of like that's where the magic happens, man. Of the music, not the drinking, you know. Although, you know, that can be magical as well. But and you know, I guess the other setting, it's like in the words of, if I may recall the words of the late great Jeff Buckley, it's like, it's all about now. I forget what he says after that. You know, he does this spiel. He's like, the 60s are bullshit. You ever seen Jeff Buckley live in Chicago?
No.
Dude, it'll change your life, man. Amazing. Live in Chicago in 1995. Used to have the DVD of it, which is lost somewhere. You got to watch it. But anyway, sorry, to answer the question, now. The time is now. It's always now. Always right now, dude. I don't know if I answered that question in the way that she would have liked, but I hope that's a good answer.
It's a great answer.
Okay, thank you. I'm glad. I am to please, my friend.
Jack, what question would you like to ask our next guest?
Sure. Yeah. I had to think about this. I'm tossing up between a couple.
Ooh.
Because I was listening to some episodes earlier this week, and I was like, damn, I got to have a good question prepared. I don't want to be the guy with the lame question, man. This is what I want to know though. I want to know. So dear next guest on our Drummers Musicians, the thing that I would like to know is, what is the worst gig you've ever played? And that can be like, it's bad because like you played badly, or just the setting was bad, something went wrong, you didn't like the music, someone was a jerk, whatever. Interpret that how you will. The worst gig you've ever played.
What's your worst gig?
Oh, dude, you want to know?
Yep.
I was hoping you'd ask me that.
Yeah. Oh, wait.
Because I know the worst gig I've ever played.
Yeah.
At least what I think is the worst gig I've
When
ever
you
played.
started going into so much detail, I was like, I reckon he's got one.
Oh, dude. Okay, this is embarrassing for me. It was like the worst gig I've ever played. It was so bad, dude. This is when I was like 19 or something, in my first year of uni. I depped for someone, like playing some jazz stuff. I was just so out of my element. In fact, the worst gig, it gets so the badness of it starts before even the gig. It starts at the rehearsal. It was like I went to this rehearsal, I was depping, and I was like a fucking hour late. Like I was an hour late. I like looked at the time wrong.
Oh no.
And I looked at my phone. I was like, oh my God, I need to be in South Melbourne in like 10 minutes and get there from like the west side. And I was like, oh God, message them. I was like, I'm so sorry, I'm late. I was an hour late to the rehearsal, and it was a big band. It was like, it was like I don't know, at least like 15 people or something. And everyone was older than me. It was all like at like probably like mid to late 20s to 30s to 40s, like adults, man. And I was like a 19-year-old dumbass. It's like an hour late, and I rocked up, and the dude was like, the band leader was just like, cool, man. So yeah, where's your kit? We'll help you get set up. And I was like, oh, I didn't know I had to bring my kit. so then we dude, brutal. So we had to find a kit. God, it was awkward. And I played the songs really crap. That was just the rehearsal. Then we get to the gig, right? A couple of weeks later, rock up to the gig. It's in like Werribee. It's at like a I forget, like a council thing or something, like a youth centre or something in Werribee. I can't remember. We rock up. There was another band playing before us. That had this old legend on the drums, and he had the craziest drum setup of all time. It was like the biggest drum setup of all time you can possibly imagine to just play some like classic rock or something.
Okay.
And it was like, I think it was all electric. I don't know. It was like electric. He had like a million toms and all these cymbals and like a rack and everything. And they went before us, and then he was like, do you want to... I brought my kit, and I was like, screw it, I'll just use this guy's kit because I can't be bothered getting rid of this. So I like played his kit. It was like crappy.
How did you set it up backwards?
I think I can't remember, honestly. I think there was enough cymbals that I could still play left-handed. I think
just swivel the chair slightly over.
I think that's what happened. I can't remember. And then I just bombed, man. It was like reading charts. I was a atrocious sight reader at that point in my life. I just fully fucking bombed, and like I was so bad. And I could tell everyone else in the band like hated me. I was the worst. And I was just like, shook the main guy's hand. I was like, yeah, cool, thanks, man. Like, let's do that again. He's like, yeah, sure, man. And I walked out, and I was like, I'm never getting booked by them ever again. And I never did. And I never saw any of those people ever again. And that was definitely the worst gig I ever. It was so bad, man. It was brutal.
Wow. Yeah, that's so rough.
Yeah, it sucked, man. It was bad.
A great learning experience, though, I'm sure.
I would say so. Yeah. Definitely. It definitely made me go like, oh, you need to learn how to read, dude. And you need to get better at jazz because you're not very good at jazz, dude. Like,
yeah, wow, it's impressive that you've bounced back from something like that. I feel like an experience so crushing could like break the spirit of some people. Just like the mass embarrassment of like such a big band and like back to back, like.
Yeah, surely you would have had some bad gigs. Dude, I've had...
Yeah.
Not that I can remember, but
we've all had bad
we've
gigs.
had bad gigs, man.
Yeah.
Like, there's some bad gigs in there. Real bad, real embarrassing stuff.
Yeah. I forgot a snare drum to a massive gig at Crown in front of like 300 people.
Oh, what did you do?
I said it was an artistic decision.
Oh, that's smart, man. That's so... were you playing jazz stuff?
Yeah. It was a function.
Wait, you said that to the band or to the people?
The sound engineer.
Oh, fuck, man.
Who said, where's the snare drum?
No way, dude.
Yeah. And I said, oh, it's an artistic decision. And I just set up an extra couple ride cymbals. And I played with no comping on the snare for like 3 hours.
What did you do? Like, what did you do? How did you adjust your playing differently to like play that?
Like, you just don't have a snare for comping, so it's just all like hi-hat.
But did you
hi-hat comping?
But did you? Well, okay, what were you doing with your? Which hand do you use for comping? Left. What did you do with your left hand
Like,
the whole time?
Not much.
Really?
This is so embarrassing sharing this story, but you shared an embarrassing story, so I feel like I should also. But yeah,
That's
we were just
funny, dude.
Yeah.
That's sick.
Oh,
That's
it was
awesome.
terribly embarrassing.
For sure, man.
Yeah, there was just a bit of comping on the toms and a lot of comping on the hi-hat, but like
Totally.
there's no snare, so it was just a lot of like interplay between my left foot and right hand.
That's kind of cool, man. That would have been cool. And if it was for like
I felt good when I had the excuse. Like, I was so stressed when I
would have had
running
a panic
back
attack,
and forth
man.
to the green room and my car, and
Oh, dude.
then and the worst bit was when I got back to my car, I got a ticket.
Oh, man.
Yeah, because I had this the troop carrier at the time. I don't know if you remember my big white troopy.
Vaguely, I think so.
Anyway, with the roof rack, it was too tall to get into like Crown's car park.
Oh.
And you know what Crown's like? They make you fill out all the forms. So there's like I don't know if have you done a function at Crown?
I don't think I have, man. But
You'd remember because it's like a 4-hour like OH&S like quiz that you've got to do.
Oh, okay. No. I've definitely not done one at Crown.
And
That's
the worst
crazy.
bit is you've got to. I might cut this from the pod, but you I'll just tell you, you've got to every time you play at Crown, you have to redo the OH&S like quiz.
Right. Yeah.
So, like, I played like. Do you remember Leo Hurley?
Yeah.
So Leo booked a couple like these functions for different like university club dinners. You know, like the law party and whatever.
Totally.
So we did like a bunch of these things, and a couple of them are at Crown. And we're like, but we played here last week. Why do I have to spend another 4 hours learning which bins, what rubbish goes into?
Yeah.
They're like, no, sorry, you're a contractor. You've got to fill out the forms.
Is it actually 4 hours?
Maybe I'm exaggerating. But it was like multiple hours. At least 2.
Dude, that's...
At least 2 hours of our H&S forms for me to come in and play the drums.
Oh, man.
But an absolute nightmare to set up the drums and then like turn around to pick up the snare and then be like, there's no snare. What do I do? Running back to the green room, and then I just packed up the snare stand, slipped it back into the bag as if there was no empty snare. Because I couldn't just have an empty stand sitting
dude, that's
between
so
my
true.
legs.
That's so true.
Yeah.
I can't believe you came up with the excuse of it's an artistic choice, man. I would have crumbled, man. I would have just been like, I would have started crying, dude. The sound guy, the soundie would have just been like, where's your snare? And I would have just been like, I'm a useless piece of shit. Please don't kill me.
I think it helped that there was no it was not a backbeat gig.
Dude, I was literally just thinking that. I was just like, thank God it was jazz and you can get away with like, it's jazz comparatively to like groove stuff is very like cymbal heavy, I would say.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, if you were playing like literally anything other than jazz, you would have been screwed, man.
Oh yeah.
Except maybe if it was like a full bossa gig, you could have gotten away with that and played
cross stick on the tom.
Literally, or like you play the like the hi-hat stand or something. Like something like you could get away with it.
I went through a phase of bringing 2 snares to every gig for a long time after that. Yeah.
Because of this. Oh, that's so
I'd already been given the advice like for especially like wedding gigs where you're doing like 4 hours of like backbeat covers.
Yeah.
To bring a spare snare.
Yeah.
Because if it goes that like really wrecks the night. And
totally, man.
so for a while I carried a spare like snare skin in my cymbal bag.
Yeah.
And then I just started bringing 2 snares because I was like, I don't want to be that guy who puts a hole through his snare and then has nothing, and it's like 9 o'clock and there's still like 2 more hours of dance left at someone's wedding.
I think you can. I've been very lucky that I think there's only one time I've ever broken a skin on a gig, but I just, I'm really lazy. What I would probably do in that situation is just get out the gaffer tape and just tape it up, man. Honestly, but the one time a skin on my kit has broken it at a gig. It's like years ago. It was like probably like 2015 or 16 or something. It was like ages ago. Played a gig at Bar Open. Yeah, Bar Open.
Yeah. And
it was our headline show. I believe it was probably Splendid, I think. And so the unwritten rule, the etiquette, right, is the headline band supplies the backline, which I fully agree with. Like, dude, you got to supply the backline if you're the headline band, man. And so it was my kit, and then the band before us somehow, I don't know how, but like the drummer before us like kicked a hole in the bass drum skin somehow. No. Well, not a hole, but like a lengthy tear.
Yep.
Kind of
split it or whatever.
Split it totally. And we were just like, shit, what do we do? And so we just gaffed it up, man. Like.
That's also I wouldn't know what to do. That's so clever.
I guess like it's like what else do you do, man? Like there isn't another bass drum floating around anywhere. Like we just gaffed it up, man. And like, luckily, when you're in a little pub like Bar Open, you can get away with that. I'm sure if it was like Paul McCartney at Marvel Stadium and the batter head of the kick broke, that I bet they've just got a separate drum kit set up backstage and they just wheel it out or something like that. I don't know.
Abe hits pretty hard, so like I'd be surprised if he hadn't just like split some skins on a gig with
probably
Paul.
Man. Yeah.
Whilst you were saying that, I remembered I still don't know if it's worst gig, but like a terribly embarrassing gig.
Another one of yours.
Another one of mine.
Yeah.
Do you want to hear?
Yeah, dude. None other of mine are coming into my head. I can probably think of one more, but yeah, I want to keep it fair. But yeah, please tell me yours.
This was a long time ago.
Yeah.
I was like 14 or 15.
Yeah. Oh, okay. All right.
In primary school, I learnt the saxophone for 2 years.
Sick.
I wanted to be David Sanborn.
David Sanborn. Wait, can we hang on before we get into your embarrassing story?
Yeah.
Can we dive into how and why you had the desire to be David Sanborn when you were 14?
Well, no, this is when I was younger than 14.
Sorry, how old did you say?
I was 10. I did 2 years.
10.
Yeah,
I don't know where I just pulled 14 from.
No, because the bad gig was when I was 14.
Oh, sorry, but when you were 10.
Yeah.
Dude, I didn't even know who David Sanborn was till I was like 17 or something. Like, how did...
Yeah, but I didn't listen to AC/DC or Pearl Jam or Led Zeppelin or Blink-182.
Yeah, that's fair, man. Not a lot of saxophone on them. Wait, but why...
Because Slam. We had his like best of, and track 4 is Slam, and it was just like a banger.
You had David Sanborn's best of,
yeah.
like your parents had it? Right, okay. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Yeah, Dad loved Marcus Miller.
Okay, right.
And Marcus Miller played bass with Sanborn. And so we had a couple seriously weird albums.
Sick,
and,
that's awesome.
I just thought it was the best thing ever. This incredibly 80s, like, hot licks on the saxophone.
Yeah. Hot licks.
So I learnt saxophone for 2 years.
Nice.
And then I went to high school. And then every year I used to play drums at our, there was this massive like Christmas service at the church that I grew up at. And one year there was like a new musical director and they decided no more drums.
Oh, what?
And I was like, oh.
Why?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's so lame.
It was lame. But they wanted to include me. So they said, nice. Luke, you play saxophone and we need a saxophone player. Can you come play saxophone?
Okay.
And I was like, okay, like I don't have a saxophone. It's been a few years, but I could borrow one from a friend, and then at least I still get to like play music with my friends.
Yeah.
So I called up my mate who I used to do saxophone lessons with and said, "Hey Felix, can I borrow your saxophone for this like Christmas concert?" And he was like, "Yeah, sure." And then I got the music and I was like practicing at home, and it made my lips like so sore, but I was like, "Oh boy, this is much harder than I remember. Like I can barely make a sound out of this thing." And anyway, eventually I persisted and like, did learn a couple of the notes, and I rocked up to the rehearsal, which was like an hour before the like Christmas Eve service. And
and you're, wait, sorry, how old are you?
like 14 or 15.
And you've got the rehearsal is 1 hour before the gig.
Yeah.
Damn, that's rough when you're 14, man.
And anyway, so we all sit down, and it's me and these two other blokes with their saxophones, and like other 14-year-olds like me.
Okay.
It's like a youth band. Sorry.
When you said blokes, I was picturing like 35-year-old men.
No, it's just two other of my like high school
two other 14-year-old
friends.
blokes. Okay, cool.
And anyway, we play, and like it sounds absolutely horrendous. Someone is playing like all the wrong notes, and the two guys either side of me were like, "Well, Luke's the like serious musician guy, so it must be us."
No way, man.
So we played the song again, and it's like, this is not working. And then I looked at their saxophones and went,
"Oh,
your saxophones are smaller than my saxophone."
Oh no, dude.
And unbeknownst to me, my friend had changed to tenor saxophone when he went to high school. And so I had a tenor sax.
That's so funny, dude. That's sick. That is such a classic, like, that is such a thing that a kid would do, hey?
Right? Yeah.
Like, dude, I didn't know there was like different saxophones in different keys, man.
Yeah.
That's so...
Why would you know that?
Why would you... Yeah, totally. That's so fair, man.
So embarrassing.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
You're like a full, like... What would you have been out?
I don't
like
know.
A fifth?
A lot.
I think obviously a lot.
I think alto sax is E flat and tenor is B flat.
B flat. So
what's that?
So like a fourth out. Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of chordal harmony.
Dude, that's literally... You just reminded me of something of when we were at uni. And I believe it was... Just this one memory I have was Aidan Hodge.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it was Eric Boasted.
Oh, yeah.
I think it was those two, just like in the foyer, both like great saxophone players. And I think they like switched saxophones or whatever. It's like we're like, I've got my alto, you've got your tenor. Let's both like play Donna Lee or something.
Oh.
But
on each other's, so it's
and so it's all like, they were just like playing the melody together, but like a perfect fourth apart. And just like the whole melody of Donnelly. And I still remember that. And I remember it sounding bonkers.
Wow.
But like kind of cool.
Yes.
It definitely would have sounded good, but it was weird. Just hearing that fast bebop melody, just like voiced in fourths the whole way. I remember that. I mean, that's a memory that stuck with me for sure.
Wow.
I was like, it's probably like 9 years ago, man.
Yeah, time's gone quick since uni.
Bad, man. I'm 30 years old, man. That's messed up.
Congratulations.
You'd be.
I'm 29. Yeah.
I was going to say, you're only like a year younger than me.
Yeah, I turn 30 next year.
Totally.
I turn 30 when this podcast is going to come out.
Really? Have you actually got like release dates for everything?
My dad made a like Excel spreadsheet for me.
Dude, that's so smart.
And then you can just put in the person's name, and then it tells me which Wednesday they're coming out on.
Is it every Wednesday you're releasing?
Yeah.
Cool. I thought about that the other day. I was like, how frequently are you putting these out?
Yeah, once a week.
That's awesome, man.
I sat down with a guy who's like an old high school friend who's like a podcast nerd.
Yeah, right.
I was like, I'm getting a lot of surplus interviews because I'm having a really good time chatting with people, but I'm only putting them out once a week. Should I increase it? And he was like, absolutely not. The like number one thing for a good podcast is just consistency of schedule.
Yeah, that totally makes sense.
So your episode 64?
When's that coming out? In 6 months or something?
Yeah, like
is it
June next year or something?
Oh fuck. That's so funny, dude. Oh, I can't wait to tune in 9 months.
You might have a kid by then.
Who knows, man? I will be 31 by then, so that's It's funny. You know what's funny, man? And sorry, I don't know if you want to wrap this up soon or whatever.
It's
but
fine.
I don't know how much editing you're gonna need to do for this.
A little bit now,
Probably,
but that's all right.
Because it's been a while. I remember, not the first time we met,
Really?
but the first time I saw you.
Oh.
Yeah. Because you, because you would have graduated high school in 2013, right?
Yeah.
I remember you played at Top Axe.
Yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah.
Because you did it. I would assume you remember
I
it.
remember. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah, the recital center, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And my sister and Zach, who was the frontman for Splendid, they had a little duo thing in Year 12 music. They played at Top Axe as well.
Oh.
So I was at the Top Axe that you played in the audience. And for some reason you know why? And I knew who you were because Tony would have mentioned it to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you were learning off him in first year, I had a couple lessons as well.
Exactly.
Yep.
I was like, how did I know you were you? And then I just remembered it's because Tony would have told me.
And the Dave Weckl 7/8 fusion drum piece.
I can't remember what
gave it away.
I can't remember what you played, man. What did you play?
I think it was that. I think it was the David Weckl there was this it was like a calypso in 7/8 or something, fusion number.
Right, I don't even remember what you played.
You know how the songs out of rhythm section drumming, Frank Cornell's book.
I thought you were gonna say that. It was a rhythm section drumming one.
No, so there were some like that, but then Dave Weckl had a book of a couple songs of a similar vibe.
Do you remember what that one was called?
Island something.
Island Magic?
Yes. Did you play it?
No, but I remember that because I had the same book.
Oh,
yes. I did one of the pieces out of it for my Year 12 VCE.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember which piece it was. It was a jazz one.
Okay.
But I remember the name Island Magic.
Yeah.
I do remember that.
There we go.
Yeah. I actually remember that. But so I knew who you were before you actually met. I remember seeing you on stage and being like, oh, that's the guy Tony was talking about. He's I don't know if had you gotten into Monash by that point? Probably.
I don't know, maybe. I think auditions are we're at the end of Year 12.
Yeah.
I don't remember when Top Axe was.
Well,
before uni or?
I reckon it must have been. I reckon you must have gotten in because it must have been probably January or February or something.
Yeah.
I would imagine. But yeah, anyway. But yeah, I remember seeing you at the Melbourne Recital Centre, as well as Alistair Kennedy.
Oh,
who is
amazing.
Who I have not seen that guy play in many years, but God, that guy is out of control.
Yeah,
He's an amazing drummer.
Far out. How he has his molar technique, it's insane how fast that guy can play.
Oh, dude, he's a freak, man.
Yeah, I also haven't seen him play since uni.
I haven't seen him play in forever, man. But he was amazing. He was really, really good. Among many other musicians we studied with who were all very, very good.
So many incredible people.
Very, very good.
Do you know who gets to answer your fun question?
Oh, who?
Danny Fisher.
Fuck off.
Yeah.
Fuck off. That's so funny, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, dude. I love Danny, man. I haven't seen him or spoken to him in years either. Oh, that's awesome, dude. That's so funny.
Yeah. It's great.
Can you edit in me saying hi to Danny?
Yeah, do you want to say it now?
I just want to say thank you for answering my question, Danny. Hi, lovely to hear from you. Lovely to see you. It's been a while, and I can't wait to listen to your response in your episode.
Excellent. Thanks, Jack. All right, we should wrap up.
Yeah, for sure, man.
With the 5 quick questions.
5 quick questions, man. I'm quick. Let's do it.
What's your favorite venue to play in Melbourne?
My favorite venue was the Grace Darling Hotel, but as far as I'm aware, I don't know if they do gigs currently.
Oh.
But that was I used to love playing at the Grace Darling Hotel.
I didn't realize they stopped.
I think they did. Maybe
Wow.
they started again. I don't know. I'm not sure. But I'm gonna stick with that. I love the Gracie D, man. Love the Grace Darling.
What would be your dream venue to play?
Oh, dude, I've always wanted to play at the corner I've always thought the Corner's really cool, and I haven't played there. But maybe even like probably my mind and my heart is telling me the Forum. Love the Forum. Seen like so many sick gigs there. I love the Forum. It rules. Yeah, the Forum.
What is your coffee order?
Soy latte, brother.
What is your favourite place to get food after a gig in Melbourne?
Food after a gig, I want to say... The thing is, like, food after a gig, it's usually like... it's probably like some kebab place or something. Hey, you know what I want to say, even though this is not possible due to their opening hours after a late gig, but I just want to give my shout outs to Luxor King, man.
Sure.
You ever been to Luxor King?
No.
Oh, dude, you got to go to Luxor King, man.
Where's Luxor King?
It's in Flemington.
Okay.
Flemington? Yeah, off Racecourse Road.
Yeah.
Dude, I wish Luxor King was open till like 3 a.m. and then I'd go there every night after every gig, man. It's the King. You come at the King, you best not miss, man. It's like, you gotta go, man.
Wow,
Luxor King. It's the King.
That's so close to here, so I should.
It is close to here.
Cross over the freeway,
dude. You gotta go to Luxor King, man. Yeah.
All right. Final question, Jack.
Yes.
What is one piece of advice that you would give to your younger self?
There are many pieces of advice that I give to my younger self. The one I want to say is, I would say, learn guitar earlier. Learn guitar.
Did you learn any other instruments before drums?
Nah.
Had you ever played any instruments before, like you picked up the guitar, like to do this Lafferty Daniel stuff?
Well, so I've been doing drums since I was like 12. And the thing is, my sister she did a number of things. She had a guitar, or she had a couple of guitars, she had a bass, she had a keyboard, and sort of dabbled in all of them. So like, throughout my teenage years, I would like mess around on her guitars, just try and pick up little things. And then when I sort of finished uni and moved out of home, all my housemates were musos, so I would steal their guitars and mess around. And in fact, like the very first one or first two maybe like EPs that I did as Lafferty Daniel was stealing all my housemates' guitars.
Right.
Because maybe just the first one, because I didn't own a guitar. I bought my first guitar when I was 23.
Awesome.
I literally didn't have a guitar till I was like 23.
Wow.
Yeah. So yeah, that's my advice to myself. Learn guitar earlier. Get a guitar earlier. Buy a guitar before the age of 23.
Nice. That's excellent advice.
Yeah. For anyone.
We should shout out to your sister because you kept mentioning her. What's her name?
Oh, Jess. Yeah, shout out to Jess. She rules. I love her to death.
Does she play in Hobsons Bay?
She is. Yes, she is currently doing some vocals and percussion in Hobsons Bay.
Oh,
yes.
cool.
Yeah.
My favorite Lafferty Daniel tune is Serotonin.
You and many others, my friend.
Yeah, I didn't realize that it was like the because I saved it when it like came out. So
Really?
It's in my like song.
Oh, really?
And then I checked your like Spotify and I was like, oh, I like the one that everyone likes. Which like, you know, I want to like the niche one that's like a real B-side. But
I mean, I haven't had enough of an output yet for there to be like real deep cuts, I don't think. But I think it's just the poppiest song, man. And actually, you know what's interesting?
The chordal guitar harmony.
What? Oh, I mean, it probably is. Dude, I didn't know. Dude, when I did that, I didn't... Like, is that chordal?
I think so, isn't it?
I don't know, man.
Sounds weird.
I barely knew how to play guitar when I did that, and I was just trying to find notes that sounded good, man. Like...
It's fun.
It probably is chordal. I have no idea, man. But that song... I mean, that's my favorite of any song I've written, I think.
Yeah.
And, well, you know... definitely up there. It's funny how like the songs that are like, you know, I think quite often it's a bit of a thing that the best songs just come out of you.
Mhm.
Like I still remember, like there's a lot of songs that I've written that where I don't really remember writing them. Like, you know, the specific circumstances of writing them. But man, that song, I remember like I had like the chorus in my head for like a couple days. And I was like, oh, that's a cool idea for a song. And then I just got up one morning at literally like 8 a.m. just like went into the quote unquote studio, like the granny flat at the house I lived in at the time where all our music gear was, and just walked in and I wrote that song in like an hour, man.
Wow.
I wrote like all the lyrics and like not like recorded it, not like drums and bass and everything, but like I wrote the whole thing, all the lyrics in like 1 hour, and I was just like, and the song was done. And I think it's one of the best songs I've ever written. And I just like it just like you know flowed out really easy. Whereas like, you know, that was the only time I ever had that experience, man. You know what I mean? Like you try to write a song and you obsess over little bits and this and that and whatever. It's like, oh, is that the right lyric? Oh, is that the right chord? Oh, is that bass line cool enough? Like da-da-da-da. It's like this, it was just like, psh, bang, done, easy. So, you know, put on an egg timer and see how quickly you can bang out a song and maybe it'll be the best one you've ever made, you know?
I love it. Thanks for sharing, mate. This has been really special, so thank you.
Awesome, dude. Thank you so much for having me. This is wonderful to have a bit of a yarn about.
Yeah, you're so welcome.
Sorts of music stuff.
If people want to get in touch for collaborations or come see a gig, buy some music of, you know, one of the many bands you play in, what's the best place for me to like chuck some links on the website for people to click through, like follow you on Instagram or
just
Instagram.
What's my Instagram? Lafferty.Daniel.music.band.
Nice.
Is that right? I think that's what it is.
I'll put the real link up so people can.
You do the real one,
yeah.
Yeah. You know, Lafferty Daniel, Instagram and Facebook if you want. And that's probably the best. You know, Bandcamp, Spotify, Apple Music, whatever you choose to listen to music on. All those things. Yeah.
And for the live listeners, like, what gigs do you have coming up in August 2025?
For the live, are there any live listeners?
When they play it next year.
Oh yeah, when this comes out in June, any gigs? Yeah. So we had a actually. Oh, tonight I'm playing a gig tonight at what's the date today? 25th of August, is it? September. I mean, 26th of September.
26th of September, 2024.
Yeah, gig tonight at the Gem in which is in Collingwood, right?
Excellent.
I think, yeah.
I recently went there.
Nice. I'm pretty sure I've been there. I can't remember.
Because do you remember Dom Gerard?
Oh yeah.
Sorry, not whatever I said. Dom was like, that's my favorite venue, and I was like, oh, I've never been to the Gem. So then I went and watched one of her gigs with Zombeaches before they went on their European tour.
Oh, did they go to Europe?
Yeah.
That's sick, man.
Yeah, I think they're still there.
Sick.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
I don't know, she's posting cool photos on the gram.
Yeah. Nice. That's sick, man. Yeah. Hobsons Bay Coast Guard at the Gem, 26th of September, 2024. Thank you all for coming to that gig. It was awesome.
Well done.
Yeah.
That's excellent.
Yeah.
All right, thanks so much, Jack.
Dude, thank you so much.
I love it. You're a lovely human. You're an awesome musician.
Thanks,
and it's just so good to see you again. And I can't wait to check out a live gig again soon.
Dude, it's great to see you again, man. Really good. Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. Thanks for joining us on Our Drummers Musicians. I hope you enjoyed diving into the world of another musician as much as I did. Help us grow by leaving a review and sharing the podcast with your friends, family, favorite artist, or anyone else who might enjoy it. For more info and updates, visit ourdrummersmusicians.com. See you next time.